What's up, guys? It's Tyler from Ohio Snake Guys here, and I wanted to talk a little bit today about why you shouldn't just write off blood pythons as the meaner cousin of the ball python. First of all, I'm going to get rid of this stereotype here, try to debunk it the best I can of them being mean. So I think the best way to prove that is like that. Did he look irritated at all? No. Did he bite at all? No. This guy is honestly one of our most chill snakes. I haven't had more than one blood python, but I do know a lot of people own them online and crap, and they'll go, they're all mean, they're all these big jerks, and this guy we've never had a problem with. I got bit by him once. That's when I stuck my thumb right underneath his hide and lifted the hide up when I was about to give him a rat, and my hands were covered in rat smell. That was completely my fault. It was a stupid move on my part. It made me look really inexperienced, and it was nothing that I could have. Nothing I could have blamed on him at all. It's not a matter of the snake species being meaner. It's a matter of some individuals of the species tend to be a little aggressive. Individuals being the key word there. I absolutely adore ball pythons, but I've been almost tagged by ball pythons 1,000 times more than I've almost been tagged by him. Because this guy, he is so chill, he is just gorgeous, and he's not just the meaner cousin of the ball python. So, now that I've gotten aggression a bit out of the way, there's kind of this stigma that they're even more of a picky eater than ball pythons. I hear this one a lot too for why you shouldn't get a blood python. And I have to say, ball pythons are the king of pickiness. Not to diss ball pythons. Again, I absolutely love them. But blood pythons, at least he is better than any of our eaters except for maybe one of our ball pythons who's about equal with him on how bad they want to eat. He's just weird about eating. Sometimes he'll take it right away. Sometimes I'll have to leave it in his hide and wait a couple hours. But I mean, he hasn't refused a meal yet. There's also this stigma that they're fat and they need really big food items constantly. Well, that leads to overfeeding, obesity, and death. And a lot of people think, since it's a big snake, I'll feed it these giant food items every week, and that's great. When they're young, you can do that. You can feed them food items like you'd feed a ball python and feed them once a week. But when they're adults, absolutely do not feed them every week. Feed them every other week, and feed them meals that are only about 3/4 their biggest body part, or biggest body segments width. And a lot of people get them. They feed them huge meals when they're adults. They feed them every week and they die young. You don't want to do this at all. Now, this is a completely different problem, though. This is among people who already have them. But that in itself has led to another stereotype that they're unhardy. They aren't an unhardy snake. There's an article on reptilesmagazine.com over the care of these guys that basically just calls them these very hard to care for versions of ball pythons. I really hate that article because they are so different than ball pythons. You can't really compare them in the same rink, other than they're both fat, lazy pythons. But other than that, they're completely different. That's like comparing a berm to a retic. They're both big pythons. I almost said big ball pythons. They're not ball pythons. but they're just, that's the only similarity. And that's the case with blood pythons and ball pythons. They are compared too much when they need to be seen as their own snake. I'm glad to see, though, that the stereotype of them being mean is being erased, and this guy definitely, I want to be sort of an ambassador of this channel's support for blood pythons. And really, I think that if you are a snake keeper who owns a bunch of ball pythons, um, doesn't want a blood python because you hear they're these mean, picky eaters who you have to give these giant, expensive meals to all the time, I want you to give them a chance. I really would love to see more people with these things. They're absolutely amazing animals. This guy is probably in my top 5 animals that we own. I absolutely adore this guy. He is. I just love him. He's so cool. He's so calm. For a juvenile, especially, he's never mean with me. He loves to eat. He's curious and lazy. You can watch TV with them. They're great pets. And a lot of people just have that stereotype and unfairly compare them to a completely different species of snake. Um, anyways, guys, just give them a chance. That's it. Thanks for watching. Instagram will be in the description. Links don't seem to work, so I'll just give you our username, and then any followers on there, likes on this page, subscribers on this page would be so much appreciated. Again, thanks for watching, and see you guys.